So some of you have asked, I'm listening, and today I'm going to actually do a tutorial on how I make my YouTube shorts. Hi, I'm Chrysanthe, and you may have seen some of my videos on YouTube shorts. I do a lot of acting content. I will preface this by saying that I am not a video editor at all. I do this for fun. I am teaching myself as I go along. So if this doesn't seem incredibly cohesive or anything like that, it's because I am literally learning as I go. I do all of my filming, mostly all of my filming, on this Canon Rebel T7i. It's an older DSLR camera. So I import the footage from this onto my computer so that I can do the editing. Other than that, sometimes I'll pull out my Canon PowerShot G7X Mark II, or I'll just use the camera here on my phone. And I do all of my editing in a software called Davinci Resolve. It is really easy to download. All you do is go to the website. You can download it, I believe, for Mac and for Windows. There is a free version, which is what I use right now. They do have a paid pro version. So if you're doing more the in-depth editing with special effects, video effects, all of that good stuff. But right now I'm just using all of the basics, so I don't need the paid version. So here we go. As you can see, all of my past projects are all here, including some of my self-tapes and cooking videos. But we're gonna start with a new project, and I already have my memory card linked up to my computer, so I'm gonna go in and import. It's this button right here. And because I'm going to be editing this for a YouTube short and for TikTok, I need to make sure that I change the framing to fit portrait. So if you go over to this button here, you'll click down onto portrait mode. So now I'm going to start to input the clips that I'll be using for this today. It is a side-by-side video, so you'll see how I do that. To start here, I need to rotate the angle of the image. So I go to the tools, and right here, this is for rotation angle, and I'll put it at 90 degrees. And then I'm actually gonna change the sizing of this to 0.875. So right here, that'll change it to about that size, because I need to have it side by side. This is the size of, this is the zoom magnification I know works to keep it side by side without things having to lay over one another or like exit the screen altogether. So here, I'm gonna move over to this side here, and this is just the more in-depth editor. So position, I need to move this image to one side of the screen because I'm doing one where I'm like looking over like 2 frames. So this is actually gonna move over this way, and I believe I found that 279 puts it right at that edge, which is perfect. So now I'm gonna go back over here, and I'm gonna bring the other image and pull that right on top of the first piece of footage. And then again, I need to rotate the angle to 90 degrees, change the magnification to 0.875. And then what's nice is that when I come to the video editing here, since the first one is at 279, I need to pull it to the opposite direction. And I know that the perfect place to put it is actually gonna be negative 279, because when you're at 0, you're either pulling to the positive or to the negative, and since they're gonna be equidistant, they're going to be the exact same number apart on the x-axis. Oh my God, there we go, perfect. So now what I need to do is get all of the timing lined up here. So I'm actually going to mute the second track that I put in there. I'm gonna mute that because I'm going to be listening to the first track and then editing it down to where the audio actually will start. Gotta listen for that. I'll stop it right there. I'm going to cut right where I've stopped the playhead. And pull up that blade right here. You can either click it or click on B. I think that's the shortcut that you use for this. Then A, or click on this pointer right here. Click that, delete, click that and delete, and it pulls it all over for you. Now I'm going to unmute that track and mute the one that we just did so that I can listen to the other one and get it pulled up to the same place. And cut right where I stopped it, delete that, and pull it all over. Now I'm going to see if I have it all lined up based off of the audio. And I can actually see that here. You see the wavelengths, I'm pulling it over. Okay, I can see where the audio lines up here. Okay, if I click off of this, you can see here, right here, this is the audio wavelengths. The audio wavelengths are matching up here. So I'm going to try and get them to the same place where they're overlapping perfectly, because then I know that the audio will line up. Pull that over, and I think that's where it is. So if I play them both at the same time, unmute this. Yeah, perfect. And then I need to go to the end here because I need to know where to cut it. And I'm gonna cut it right there at this 42-second mark. So there it is. I'm gonna click on that, cut it. Again, cut here. And then I'm going to delete that, and everything should be lined up and perfect now. Once I'm done editing, I'll go to quick export here on that H.264, export the file. Once that is finished rendering and exporting, I'll be able to airdrop that to my iPhone and finish all of the editing either in TikTok or in YouTube and post it. I hope this is helpful to you, and if I ever get better and my process improves or anything like that, I will recreate this video and give you an updated one in the future. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and specifically more of my acting content, because you know I'm going to be putting more of that out. All right, bye.